Radiant team ban.
Alright guys, this is like super last minute job. So I literally just got this game a minute ago, so I don't have a lot of information on my Twitch TV. But anyway, as you can see right now, we are in the game.
Radiant
So
team ban.
this will be natural love power version 2, I believe, versus Glamorous Give Small. And this is the AVF DOTA 2 tournament, the Malaysia tournament I casted before, and I believe this is season 5. I think I casted season 3. I can't remember
5
honestly.
seconds remaining.
It does look like they just didn't bother to get a new ticket listed up, so they are
Reserve time.
constantly using the season 2 ticket over and over again. But anyway, we have a best of 3. This is the semi-finals of the tournament, and 2 teams available. And we do see some pretty common ban that we see right now. I mean, if you've been watching AD2L or Western Dota 2 League, or even the Joint Dota League that I cast in, we see the Queen of Pain being banned out almost every game. Tusk is also another hero. The Naga ban though is pretty interesting. Dying is another hero that gets banned out a lot. Gyrocopter, Lashrak, those sort of heroes, they all get banned out a lot. But Naga Siren, that's pretty interesting. That's not something we see very often. But probably maybe just from researching Nature Love Power NLP. That's a really long name. But
10 seconds
that's
remaining.
probably maybe just research or respect ban. This
5
is
seconds
semi-final. They may have played each other before, that sort of things. It's pretty hard to tell,
Reserve time.
but those are all some sort of possibilities. And we will see Glamorous picking up the Earthshaker, so one of the better supports right now. 6.83. We do see people love the Vengeful Spirit, the Lion. They are not so much of a good pick right now. The Vengeful Spirit still quite a lot, but now we do see a lot of Earthshaker, Witch Doctor, Winter Raven. Winter Raven sort of came into the meta after Sonakos play with it during the qualifiers. Before that, it really wasn't that big of a hero,
Dire team
but after Sonakos display during the qualifiers, European qualifiers for the TI5, people really noticed how strong the hero was. And now we will see Natural Lover goes with a pickup of a Silencer and Axe. And that's pretty interesting. We're gonna see whether the Silencer gets to be on a mid lane, could be a safe lane carry as well, or could simply be ran as a support. It's really hard to say. We won't particularly know until the full lineup, or maybe until the 4th pick, because there's still possibility of just
10
jumping
seconds
into
remaining.
a surprise 5th pick.
5 seconds
We'll now
remaining.
see actually what Glamorous will pick up in response to the Axe. The Axe was picked up a little bit early.
Reserve
Usually
time.
this is a 6.83, of course. In 6.83 you see everyone wanting to pick the Axe as early as possible, simply because the magic damage heroes were so weak. If you pick if you pick two like magic base heroes to deal with the Axe, you would just get slaughtered by a Juggernaut or a Troll Warlock in 6.83, or even if you're weak enough, you could be really problematic to deal with heroes
Dire
like
team
the Drow V6, which arguably wasn't too big of a deal, but in general, if you wasted 2 picks to deal with the Axe, you would just get slaughtered by all the other heroes. But right now, in the meta where
10
magic burst
seconds
damage
remaining.
is so prominent, picking up the Axe so early is
5
actually
seconds remaining.
a questionable strategy. But nonetheless, Lashrak will be
Radiant
banned
team
out.
ban.
So they do know they do not have the 3rd pick, and they do not want the Shadow Fiend to go up against the Lashrak, which could actually deal with Shadow Fiend pretty well. A slow from the Lightning followed up by an Earth Splitter would definitely kill
10
Shadow Fiend.
seconds remaining.
Lightning cools down really quickly, So getting a lightning off, harassing him maybe one or twice, and then following up by an engagement of a lightning, Earth Spirit or lightning would definitely kill a Shadow Fiend. However, of course, the Shadow Fiend has an Earth Shaker to protect him, and a fissure trapping any mid hero except for KOP. KOP has that blink dagger available.
Terminator is back.
And of course, that was my Twitch TV popping up. Forgot to close it down. But that being said, so saying the Earthshaker will be able to block most mid heroes except those with escape mechanism, and so we'll see a Lina being banned out as well. Pretty interesting. I don't think Shadow Fiend's too worried about the Lina, and if the opponent actually goes for the Lina, if natural love power goes for the Lina, I think the Earthshaker would be able to deal with it quite a bit. But they decided to ban it out anyway. They don't want the Shadow Fiend to go up with anything with a burst damage, though I think banning out the puck. Okay, natural love power will go with the Storm Spirit, and that is a pretty strong pickup against the Shadow Fiend. Though I think the Earthshaker, if Glamorous plays this well, the Earthshaker would be able to deal with the Storm Spirit in the early game. And simply just before he hits his level 6, just gets a lot of gangs on him, kill him like 3 to 4 times, give the Shadow Fiend a good level lead against him. So the Shadow Fiend would sit at about like level 8 or 9 when the Storm Spirit hits his 6, and that would give the Shadow Fiend a much comfortable mid game. Otherwise, the Storm Spirit will definitely punish this Shadow Fiend pick. We'll see a Rubik and a Bloodseeker ban. Bloodseeker did survive the first banning phase, but will not go into the second banning phase. A Clockwork is being picked up, and a Clockwork an excellent hero to deal with the Sword Spirit in the early game, simply because the Clock burns a substantial amount of his mana, and he won't be able to be very effective early game. Jumping into a Clock would effectively just kill him actually. For example, TPing into the T2 bottom lane, for example, and you're fighting between TPing to the T1, fighting between both T1s, you jump into the middle in the early to mid game. Jumping in would have already taken up a significant amount of your mana, and then getting your mana burned by the Cock itself would just probably zero your mana, and you won't be able to escape that. So that's a very nice pickup. And potentially coupled by some good ganks from Earthshaker, we could see this Storm Spirit pick be punished really badly. And once again, the Storm Spirit pick a little bit early. Usually you prefer to pick the Storm Spirit, either just go with the first pick and go with the first pick so that your opponent put a lot of effort into countering your pick, and then just simply picking something else to counter their lineup. But they do have the Silencer though, and I guess banning up the Disruptor will be something important to do. It's really hard to say. It really depends on how they want to do this. And we will be waiting for the 4th pick right now, and will be a Witch Doctor. So they still do not have a safe lane hero, so it's still likely, there's the possibility is still there that the Silencer may be the safe lane farmer. The PR is out of the question simply because of Earthshaker. But Glamorous will go with a pickup of Clings. So 3 cores have already been shown, and they will ban the Disruptor up, and that is a very smart ban from Natural Love Power. So 3 cores have been shown. You have a support Earthshaker, an off-lane Clockwork, a middle Shadow Fiend, and a safe lane Clings.
5 seconds remaining.
It's a pretty solid lineup so far. Just need one more good support, and a lot of the better supports have been banned out. Actually, they will ban the Razor, so definitely the Razor does do pretty okay against Shadow Fiend. I'm not too sure why they're too afraid about the Razor, but Glamorous will ban it out as their final ban. Razor doesn't exactly counters Clinks as well, because Clinks is able to just run away so quickly.
10 seconds remaining.
But I guess it does pretty well against the Clockwork. If you
5
jump in
seconds
on a
remaining.
Razor and he static links you, you are pretty much gonna give him like 100
Reserve
damage at
time.
least. We're going to the 5th pick. Whether they need a support or there is a potential that both team requires a support. Actually, they're going to go for a safe lane farmer in form of a Slug. So the Slug deals with the Earthshaker, pretty much slaughters the Shadow Fiend mid game if Storm Spirit doesn't lose his lane. If it's an equal lane, Slug would be able to do a lot on the Shadow Fiend. And one thing Glamorous probably do not want to pick up is a melee support right now. They
10
need the
seconds
range to
remaining.
deal with the axe.
5 seconds remaining.
We'll see how this goes. Omni Knight works pretty well against axe, so
10 seconds remaining.
they will go with the Skyrath Mage, and that's a pretty good hero as well. It has range, it has a lot of magic burst damage early game, and it will be able to deal with the axe substantially. But we'll see whether axe is going to be creep cutting or not. Anyway, we'll go quickly into a quick introduction of both teams.
Prepare
We
for
will
battle.
have Jimmy. I'm just gonna look here, the moving thing isn't working very well. We have Jimmy on the Slug, CY on the Storm Spirit, who is obviously going mid. We have Hender Baby on the Witch Doctor, ZSJ on the Silencer, Better on the Axe. And over on the Radiant side, we have Kenroll on the Shadow Fiend. We have Chinese name which I do not know how to translate on the Earthshaker, so he will be called Earthshaker throughout this game. And we may even have a very early engagement so far. Better charging up with the Axe, just forcing the Shadow Fiend and the Earthshaker to fall back. We do have Fissure being skilled already, no
30
skill on,
seconds to
so
battle.
they will back away actually, not going to even challenge that. And it's not within vision, and they're doing a very good job zoning this out, so they are just going to move away from that, go back down to pick up the bottom rune. So each teams are gonna get one. X doing a good job zoning that out. Anyway, back to the introduction. We have Earthshaker on the Earthshaker, Kenroll on the Shadow Fiend, Expert bringing the Clockwork to the off lane. We have SLY, Sly on the Click, and Kenroll again. Okay, we have another Kenroll. So we have two Kenrolls. Kenru, not Kenroll, sorry. And the Earthshaker will be pucking mid, so potentially looking for that early gank, but I don't think he'll be able to do much until level 3.
Denied.
And getting that first wave deny is very, very important. The first wave is the time where you have the benefit over the Shadow Fiend. And so we do see CY getting pretty aggressive right here. Do have an engagement down bottom. The Fissure doesn't do much. And X is able to walk away from that. Clicks will become problematic for him, for Axe though. He does not have good armor early game, and he does not have 8 tangles. He's gonna get zoned out by the Skyrath Mage, and the Earthshaker isn't gonna wait mid to help Kenru out. I'm just gonna call him CCS. It's probably easier. And he's gonna get a substantial amount of HP burnout by Better Hunger. And pretty good picked up from the Axe, knowing that the Skyrath Mage probably will not want to steal any creep from the Clinks. Or, well, he could work for the denies actually. By the way, more harassment coming up, and he's already burning into 2 tangles, and that's pretty early. Axebird on the other hand doing really, really fine up top, getting 2 last hits so far, getting his 3rd one right now, and actually able to leech a substantial amount of experience right now. Though Axe not falling too far behind either. And in the mid, Shadow Fiend is doing not as good, but that's expectable. Usually they do slightly worse. And now we may see a potential possibility if the Fissure managed to trap him on the right side, but I don't think that's enough. He will be able to walk away from that. So no first blood, and I think he will be forced to go back, and he will rotate back to base. Border is out for CY. And Border coming up on the other hand for Kenru as well. So no aggression so far. 2 minutes are in already. And now is the time where Shadow Fiend actually has substantial amount of damage lead over the Storm Spirit. As you can see, he's hitting for 91 right now. Storm Spirit only hitting for like 70? No, 69. Close enough.
Denied.
But Storm Spirit does have the magic burst right now. Unless Earthshaker gets a good trap on him, not gonna happen. They do not have the ward. Oh, actually they do have the ward right here. Only one vision for the Radiant. They do have a ward right here, so they will be able to just see everything out of that. And the Radiant ward on the other hand should be able to spot the substantial amount. And it's pretty interesting that they dropped this ward up here. I don't think it was really necessary. Clockwork isn't exactly too afraid. I mean, they shouldn't be too afraid of the Clockwork. And XX actually forced himself back into the jungle. Pretty sad scenario. And it's pretty unlucky spawn as well. He has the Hellbear Smasher as his first spawn, which is something that Axe really doesn't want to deal with. They hit for pure damage, so it's really annoying for the Axe early game. And Shadow Fiend actually catching up with the Storm, which is pretty much expected, and is doing a pretty good job denying the Storm experience as well, though the Storm is actually still keeping up. A little bit of pinging. We do have Skyrock Mage coming up. He will rotate into the Handle Baby, and they may be able to just change their target and just get Handle Baby instead. Fissure does come down. That was very, very likely first blood. Goes the way of the Skyrock Mage. Silencer rotates in as well. Curse of the Silence being dropped down, but CCS immediately skills and cancel that. Kenru will be able to walk away alive without even taking too much damage. Sentry Ward dropped down. They do realize there's possibility of a ward right there, but very well placed ward there to prevent the D ward. And that was pretty funny. They had a ward, but the Witch Doctor still walked right into it. Handle Baby not paying attention to the minimap. And honestly, I probably wouldn't blame him. One thing I learned about, the trap on CY this time. Looks like he's not gonna be too worried about this. Handle Baby is right behind him, and so he's gonna just back away from this. Good fissure though, pretty good fissure coming out from the Earthshaker. Just really couldn't follow up from that. And it's actually doing a good job stacking as well. It's like a triple cam right now for the for the Shadow Fiend. And probably turning into a 4 cam right now. And Shadow Fiend gonna pull 1 for as well, so he's gonna have 2 meter cams. No, he actually missed the pull. The Earthshaker did the pull for him though, so Kenru missed his own pull. So far it's 1-0. And as I was mentioning just now, the Witch Doctor missing the vision, or maybe he just wasn't paying too much. They actually drop an additional ward. Okay, it's because actually one of the wards about to be finished. Stormspeed jumps in, CY, but not gonna do anything more than just jumping in. Still does not have Voltax, so will not be trying to kill the Shadow Fiend yet. And ooh, the axe hit by the rocket, almost getting killed. But we'll be able to walk away, and he's really unlucky. The stack actually spawns another Hellbear Smasher. And right now, Kenru denying the ward, so that's going to be a problem. He jumps right in. Oh, a miss. A lot of RNG going against Natural Lover right now. And now the Silence connects, he's probably dead. And he will go down. Shadow Fiend long range race will be the one that completes the kill. And that's the key kill that brings Kenru one level above CY. But it's only just like one crit though. CY is still doing a pretty good job keeping up with the Shadow Fiend. And the pure damage really just taking up the health from
Dire's middle tower is
Axe in
under
general, and will be forced to self up again. And he is about 7.5 minutes in. We do have a dive coming in. The fissure does connect on Silencer, and he will be focused down. ZSJ going down very quickly right there from the burst. So 3 kills to nothing. Glamorous leads right now. 3 heroes in mid. Storm Spirit will not be interested to jump in on anyone. Well, Earthshaker isn't getting too much of gold so far, and once the X blink comes up, they may be able to turn some things around. And Witch Doctor. An invisibility rune being picked up by CCS and potentially gets another kill on CY right now. The silence is extremely key, and the rocket does connect on CY. He is rotating around, going up here, waiting. Oh, the sentry was being dropped down. They immediately spot him, so the invisibility rune will be cancelled out, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what I wanted to talk about at least. And CY gets a little bit of harassment, but will be healed up by Header Baby, and probably I'm not going to be able to talk about it. I have this weird thing that I notice every time I try to talk something not related to the current game, something big happens, and Slock dives in on the top, gets a kill on the Clockwork, and it's now trying to run away. He will run into someone else. The silence comes up, he will perch it away, and now the fissure connects. One more right click. He's probably dead actually. Trying to heal him up alive. I don't think that's enough. He will go down, but on the other hand, Earthshaker will go down to CY as well. A pause coming up. Slug has actually disconnected. I don't think anything he could have done anything. He was definitely dead. There was no way Jimmy was gonna survive that. Okay, since now we have a pause, I was gonna talk about the earlier period where Witch Doctor, Handle Baby came down from here, and they had vision of the ward still. Like they had a ward over here, so they did see the whole Skywrath Mage coming over thing, and I mentioned that Witch Doctor wasn't paying attention to his minimap and the rotation of the gangs and all those things. Well, I casted with Joint Dota in their Division 3 NA tournament, and I had a caster. I was co-casting a game, and one of the guys told me that, well, he's a sort of like a tier 3 or tier 2 former player, and he told me that when one player misses something on the map, it's the whole team's fault, because normally when you spot something, it is part of your responsibility as a pro team to just ping it out on the map. That's why when you see someone picks up an invisibility rune, ping it up. When you see someone misclick a ultimate, ping it out on the map, regardless of what happens, ping it out. That's what pro teams do. If you cast for very high tier teams, according to them, is that you see pro teams ping a lot of things up on the map, and that's how pro teams play. So it's never ever just one player's fault. It's always the whole team's fault when something on the map happens, and we will have a silence coming up on CY right now. He has a lot of damage coming his way. He will be able to jump away once the silence runs out, but Clockwork on the other hand in trouble as well. Global silence not available yet. ZSJ taking a lot of damage right now, will be forced to rotate away. He has 7 charges, and he will use it up right now, and Slive will want to get the kill right here. Fissure connecting on him, and looks like he's gonna go down. Curse being dropped right before he goes down, and Silencer will secure a kill on CCS, and now a lot of chaotic games going down. Handle Baby will go down as well. It will be a 3 for 2, so losing 1 core in the support for 2 cores in support, so definitely in favor of Glamorous. CCY, I think he managed to survive that. He probably just ran out to the T1 and TP'd back.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay. Just make sure my map settings isn't wrong. And Sly's actually spotted out right now. And the stun and the death ward being expanded. The hook shot will be used. And looks like it's a turnaround right here. Heather Baby will go down, but Clinks will go down anyway. Now CCS is the second target. He will go down. Expert is left here, and he's definitely a dead man. There's really nothing much he could do. Fisher dropped down, but he's in a dangerous position. Echo Sand being thrown in an attempt to kill CY, but Jimmy will come in on Earthshaker, and he doesn't really care right now. And looks like he will be able to get a kill. That's a triple kill, but the race will finish him off, and Kenru comes in and sweep clean. So 4 for 3. And the core stays alive. At least one core stays alive. CY stays alive, gets a substantial amount of experience right there. And Slug actually still gets a lot out of it. And the good thing was Clinks was the first one that goes down. And Clockwork didn't get anything out of the fight either. So that fight is definitely in favor of natural love. Whatever. What? I don't remember the name. NLP. In favor not only just by 4 kills, but the fact that the 2 cores that went down for Glamorous did not get anything out of it. And I think X actually got something out of it. They got a little bit of experience because they managed to focus Clinks down. I think. No, wait. X actually went down before that. But I'm not sure. I think he went down before that. We do have a smoke coming out right now. They will be walking right into the jungle. They want to find all the camps. But looks like CY will have cleaned it up already. And CY will spot this. He will be able to run away. Silence not in time. CCS slow on the finger. But the hook shot on the other hand will pick up ZXJ, and the ultimate from Skyraft will do a substantial amount of damage, but he will be able to run away. Global Silence being thrown out right now. Expert trap right there. The blink core from Better trapping Expert right on the tower, but he takes a lot of magical damage. He will go down. And now Kenru's ultimate finishes him off, but now CY wants to get the kill, and Death Ward dropped down, and Kenru will take a lot of damage. The Voltex holding him there. He will go down to CY right now. They need to find the Earthshaker. Earthshaker will be able to jump away from that. So it's a 3 for 3 and 2 cores for 2 cores actually. Both offlaners, but CY getting the early game kill that he needs. Well, this is technically mid game already, so getting the mid game kill that he needs, and he's building up probably into an Orchid Malevolence. Hopefully, I do think that's what he needs. The Orchid Malevolence to deal with a lot of all this, to deal with the, well, it will help him to deal with the Earthshaker, the Skyraft Mage, it will help him to deal with the Clinks, even the Shadow Fiend. Just the extra bonus damage in general will help kill all these very squishy heroes, and he's doing a very good job actually TPing that into 4. And personally, X, well, he jumped in, he tried his best, but he just couldn't tank all the magic damage coming out there from the raises and the burst from Skyraft. He's just not equipped to deal with it. He needs a blade mail really quickly. Whoa. GG, well played. Everyone just disconnected from Glamorous. They're probably playing from... They might be playing from a cyber cafe or something. Or maybe everyone's playing at someone's house. Something like that. So everyone just disconnects. Well, most of them are coming back in right now. Everyone has reconnected actually. That was hilarious, like the whole team just disconnect. CY doing pretty good with 2700 gold stall up. So Earthshaker still very far away. Completes his arcane boots, but still 1500 gold away from a Blink Dagger or anything significant actually. And we have Kenru mechanism completed. Looks like he's building towards a BKB. And Expert not working. Okay, actually gonna complete his threats. So not working for a quick blade mill. Sometimes they like to do that. And Klink's working for his actually almost completed, I think. I think he actually has enough gold for his Occult Malevolence, and Storm is going to be suffering from now on. CY is going to have to deal with that, and he's actually going to disconnect as well. And Scaraf Mage not going to have anything. Witch Doctor Earn, Storm Spirit. I'm not too sure whether he has anything on the Courier. No, he does not. So he's actually pretty far behind right now. And Jimmy with a Shadow Blade. That's about all he has thus far. And no items right here. Blink just only available. I think he's actually just got his blink right before the last engagement. Anyway, with this free time when CY is disconnecting, this is a quick shout out to myself. My name is Belsi Tofu. I am a caster located in the United States right now, California. I'm a Malaysian. I cast for Amateur Dota 2 League, the UGC Asia League, Asia Iron League. I also cast for the Western Dota 2 League, and I cast sometimes when I get the opportunity. I cast for Joint Dota Division 3 as well. And you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch TV, those kind of thing, and YouTube, all by the same username, Belsi Tofu. You can see that on the top right hand side of the screen, or if you're in Dota TV, you should be able to see my name on when I'm talking. So there's that. So do subscribe and follow me to support. Thank you very much. And you can also watch all sorts of games that I cast. Well, it's always Dota, but all sorts of tournaments that I cast in. And we'll have everyone coming back now. We will continue with this game. And so it looks like we're climbing up. A little bit of D-ward action going. Oh, that is a little bit disappointing. Oh my god. They are gonna smoke. They are going to smoke. Oh my god. This is just RNG going all against them. They dropped 2 sentry wards. This observer is right between both, and this is right outside it as well. They drop a dusk, and
middle tower is under attack.
And they still don't get anything out of it. They're probably gonna smoke. Now they drop another sentry ward. Oh, that's 3 sentry ward and a dusk invested to D-ward, and they couldn't find anything. That is really, really painful. But the warding positions coming out from both teams are very unique. They ward early game over here, and this ward itself is pretty unique. Usually people like to drop it here or maybe down here, but that ward is pretty unique. And right here, usually people pull it here. So that's why the warding precision worked out pretty well. But they smoked in a pretty unique location anyway. Though I think they still suspect it. The ward saw them working their way all the way top, and then suddenly everyone just disappeared. And Jimmy will actually come up with the Shadow Blade. Though he did walk past the sentry, he does have the smoke up, so sentry will not be able to spot him. And looks like they're gonna go into Roshan Pit. And they're going to drop the Remnant there just to I guess trick them into thinking that they're Roshaning. But no, Glamorous is not gonna rotate there. NLP wasted that smoke and will be forced to rotate away, and looks like Glamorous is gonna react with a smoke against them. And they CCY, they want to get him. They may be able to get him right now. Skywrath Mage CCS needs to be the one in front. And the fissure does connect the silence as well. The ultimate coming out. Global size, the core comes in on all 4 of them. Very nice save coming out from Batter, but looks like he will pay with his life. I'm not too sure whether they want to go in on the back though. CCY goes in and finishes the Skywrath Mage off. Here the bounce comes up pretty well, but the fissure will connect. They will lose the support. ZXJ will be the next target, and now it comes in on Sly. Sly goes down as well. Echo Sam being expanded to try to get a kill on Jimmy. Jimmy is now trying to walk away. The Earth Shadows will be purged, but the rocket from Clockwork will finish him. So 2 for 4 right there, and very well played out. Looks like CY may be interested to come in with the double damage to actually try to pick someone off right now. He does have his Bloodstone. He may be able to fight Expert alone. I'm not too sure whether he's interested to do that. Fissure has been expanded, so you do know that that's 1 stun less. And nope, he's not gonna do it. He's gonna back away. But that engagement definitely in favor of Glamorous, doing a pretty good job ensuring that not too much damage is sustained by all their cores and just simply staying alive. So we do have one Clinks right here. He is under the vision of a ward. The jump in. Oh! I think he should have jumped to the back and Voltex him instead of just jumping in and spooking him off. But once again, the dust being invested and not able to find him. Very sad. Gold Graph isn't too big right now, sitting up about closing in on 7,000, experience closing in the 4,000 mark. So it's 20 minutes into the game, so it's not that big of a deal. It's about like a 250 gold lead, so that's about 50 gold lead per hero per minute, per hero per minute. Barboy, look at the net worth. Shadowfiend does have a pretty high net worth, 2,000 gold ahead of CY. Right now, Jimmy gets silenced up, but he is invisible with Loda. He now turns around and the core connects on Sly as well. He will get burst up. A lot of ultimate invested though. And now the hook comes in on ZSJ. Looks like it will be a turnaround kill. And Expert now trying to get a kill on the other hand, and Handle Baby is probably gonna go down as well. And Mechanism still available, I think. Yes, it is still available. Illusion Rune and 10 seconds BKB too. So he managed to turn around and get 2 kills on the support, but they do lose their core though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And BKB up and available. So SY gonna return home. CY, sorry. Supports for both sides, picking out wards and sentries. Oh, they're farming out. Okay, it wasn't a stack. It looked like a stack, but it wasn't a stack. You have a very quick Sly coming into the jungle. They do see Jimmy low here. He does have Shadow Blade once again. And this is really who gets who first kind of thing. And now the sentry gets spotted out. And Shadowfiend will be going up cliff with his illusion to just scout, check the stacks. Actually, no, I wasn't doing that. That's what I usually do. Oh, a smoke coming out right here on 3 heroes. Actually, just 2. Jimmy has Shadow Blade, so he's not too worried about that. Now we'll be waiting in the jungle, using Jimmy as a bait right now. Banner has been getting some really good calls out so far, and he's probably saving up for a Blade Mail.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Jimmy Shadow Blade being used up, but all 5 heroes are mid, so then they're really not gonna get anything. But it looks like they're gonna attempt to get them from the back. Death Ward and Global Silence is available. They do not have vision here. Let's see how this goes. Not gonna risk anything. They do walk up to that. Jimmy Shadow Blade is not available to jump in. Will miss. The Purge does connect though. CY jumps in as well. The call connects on Kenral. Needs to burst him down as quickly as possible. Therefore it comes out, but a lot of damage going in on CCS. He will get burst down as well. Handa Baby gets focused down now, and will jump into the other side. Finishes off another hero. Now CY trying to get as many kills as possible. Will be able to get a kill. Expert actually no, gets burned away. The right click will connect. He gets really low though. Better gets focused down as well. It's a 3 for 2 so far. And right now Handa Baby is trying to run away, and I'm not too sure whether he will be able to get, actually he looks like he will be able to get away from this. Gets up to the back of the T2. It's a 3 for 2. 2 calls going down. That's definitely not good. Checker gets really low though. And I'm gonna blame it on the Bloodstone pickup. I actually think the Bloodstone was not a good pickup. He needed the Orchid, he needed the extra damage, he needed the mana regen, that's for sure, which Orchid provides as well. He needed the extra damage, he needed the silence, and I personally think CY went for the wrong item. Bloodstone is something you get if you win your lane very strongly. You get a very early Bloodstone to get extra charges. Yes, Bloodstone is the right pickup. But when you need the extra damage to deal with this sort of squishy heroes, to just get that little bit of extra damage and kill them a little bit faster, you should go for the Orchid. You are fighting against a Glass Cannon lineup, and a Glass Cannon lineup means Orchid Malevolence is the best item available. The smoke will... oh Jimmy, that is a bad decision. It did not reveal your smoke, means it's the fissure will connect right now. It's a little bit too late. The call comes in, and this is turning into a disaster. The axe goes down as well. Jimmy trying to finish Sly off. He will be focused out. BKB being popped as well. CY comes in and will get focused up right now. Still trying to kill Sai. He does have the Aegis, so the curse being expelled on Cell, and looks like he will go down, and that will pop it up as well. Skyraf managed to get a kill on XS1. Now Silencer will be finished off. 4 going down from nothing. You do get the Aegis, and that's a disastrous fight. Starting all the way from Jimmy jumping on the illusion even though he was in the smoke. There was just a lot of bad decisions and misplays coming out from NLP, and I think they lost the game. So 12,000 gold lead and a 10,000 experience lead. They will take a full lane of Rex right now. Oh, this is T3. Looks like they are going to just stay for the lane of Rex. They are not too afraid with this. Sluggish Jimmy will not be respawning, and immediately cancel. Handa Baby gets hook shot right now and probably gonna go down as well. Silence being used now. CY still alive. BKB being popped. One more right click. He will be able to dodge that right click and stay alive. Kenru will stay and siege the tower. He's healing up right now, and the danger of sieging the tower actually is not going to even be a danger. One more right click. The call misses as well. He now turns the fissure connect and will finish up. Seawell jumps in and now tries to finish up CCS. Requiem is being dodged, and Storm Spirit is still alive right now, but out of mana. It's likely gonna go down. Ope not able to jump up, and he's dead. He denies himself. That's a team wipe, and that's a second lane of Rex. And for me, this is GG. This is GG. Slug is on the sidelines again, and this is second lane of Rex, maybe even a third T3. There's no way you're coming back into this. This is a 20,000 gold lead and a 14,000 experience lead. They're actually not okay. They actually have a T2 up top, so that's not 3 lanes of Rex, just 2. GG, well played is caught by Handa Baby. And Glamorous will take game 1
Touche. Let the
with
flow
style.
rise.
Actually, they dominate every single lane. They force Axe out of the lane. They didn't let Storm win the lane. Clockwork did die once, but he didn't really give away much beside that one death. And Glamorous really dominated the whole laning phase, and in Dota 2 when you dominate the laning phase, that's really very hard for your opponent to come back. And there's a lot of problems with NLP's play. Drafting was bad. I didn't feel picking up Axe and Storm Spirit so early was a good idea. Item picks up were questionable as well, especially from CY. And in general, just a lot of mistakes here and there, and that sums up and punish them a lot. So Glamorous takes game 1. We will be back with game 2 very quickly, and I will see you then.